Hi, good morning, everyone. Distinguished finalists, esteemed members of our jury, students joining us live through the YouTube stream, and my colleagues from CK Birla Group. I am Pritesh Sharma. I'm part of the corporate HR team. I take care of the talent management function at CK Birla Group. I'm delighted to welcome you to our grand finale of the QStrat National Campus Case Challenge. It has been an exhilarating journey so far. This year, the challenge was open to 7 business schools in India, include mostly to our second year students. We were overwhelmed by the response, and we thank all the students for the participation. Each of you and your ideas which you bring onto the table has been very interesting and inspiring to know. This engagement helped us to reach out to different campuses with real world business challenges that the business faces over the years. I would like to welcome our esteemed panel of judges today. I will start with Mudit, who is our Chief Strategy and Growth Officer at HIL, with over 2 decades of experience in operation and strategy, including M&A, growth strategy, business planning, procurement, etc. He brings a great amount of experience with him. Along with him is Paresh, who is a strategy lead at HIL, who has been part of management consulting for a while and who has worked in different functions like NMA, M&A, like strategy, and he's the strategy lead at HIL. The third person is of our panelists is Varun Rai Bansal, who is the lead of Office of Growth and Strategy at CK Birla Group. He also has a consulting background, and in this particular role, he provides consulting and business strategy, including strategic initiative, evaluating business opportunities, and leading different transformation projects across our diversified set of companies. And fourth, to complete the panel, I am Ankitesh, and I am part of their talent management, learning and development, and campus relation team. I also bring a bit of consulting experience with me. So it's my pleasure to welcome all of you for this initiative, and we are very eager to hear from our finalists' presentation and learn more about different ideas that we have. I will now quickly go over the rules of the competition for today. Of course, you might already know, but just to reiterate, each team will have 15 minutes to present, followed by a 5 to 7 minutes of Q&A with the jury. A buzzer will be sounded at 10th and 13th minute of your presentation. So make sure that you follow the process and complete it in the allotted time. There are 4 parameters mainly. Of course, there will be more where we are evaluating your ideas. One is from your problem understanding point of view, the kind of ideas you bring to the table, the relevance in our current setup, and the scalability of the idea. Just a note to all the teams presenting today, because of course we are joining in a virtual setup, so there might be internet bandwidth issues. So we do understand. So take your time and please unmute yourself, mute yourself whenever you are presenting. Even for juries, when they want to ask a question, they can unmute and go ahead with that. So without wasting any other time, so let's begin. Let me invite the first team for today, which is which is your team from Ahmedabad, I believe. Yes.
Yes.
And so yeah, welcome to this stage, and thank you for submitting this presentation and being a part of this grand finale. Over to Team X.
Thank
Maybe
you.
you could also just give us a brief intro about you three as well.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
This is
So we are Team X. We are from IIM Ahmedabad, as you stated. So I'm Subhash. So I have a bit of an engineering background. Post that, I have worked with 2 different marketing agencies and firms. Over here at IMA, I represent the students. I'm a member of the Students of our Council. Shravya, you can continue.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ravya Challa. I am an electronics engineer from VNIT Nagpur. And here at IMA, I am working as a coordinator of Students Against Sexual Harassment Club. And before coming here, I worked as a procurement manager. So
Good
let me
morning.
you. Yes.
Sorry. Good morning, everyone. I'm Sai Rohit. I come from a computer science background. Prior coming to IIM Ahmedabad, I worked as a deputy engineer at Bath Electronics. Yeah.
So let me walk you all through our work. So picture a bustling construction site where every brick laid represents progress and every wall built reflects dreams coming to life. At the core of these structures lies our unsung hero, wall putty, the silent champion that creates flawless walls and vibrant spaces. As India's construction industry expands rapidly, the wall putty market is set to soar, growing at an impressive 6.9% compound annual growth rate to reach 62,000 crore by 2028. With versatile options like cement-based acrylic and gypsum putty, it ensures smooth finishes and long-lasting durability. While competition is fierce and switching costs are low, urbanization, infrastructure growth, and government initiatives like PM Awas Yojana are powering demand, making wall putty indispensable for modern construction. So,
Yeah.
building on that growth story from the first slide, the wall putty market shows immense potential. Driven by urbanization, infrastructure projects, and increasing demand for premium finishes. Government schemes and a shift towards eco-friendly construction materials further fuel its expansion. However, the sector isn't without its hurdles, like fierce competition, fluctuating raw material prices, and the perception of wall putty as a low-value product remain key challenges here. So from our research, it's clear that consumer choices are heavily influenced by discounts and promotions, with 92% favoring brands offering better deals and 78% recommending acrylic putty. Yet only 35% recognize Birla HIL, highlighting a significant branding gap. So conversations with the painters and retailers reveal their focus on margins and convenience, stressing the need for stronger engagement strategies. By addressing these insights, the market can unlock sustained growth and deeper consumer connections. The role of stakeholders emerges as critical in shaping the wall putty market. Painters, often the key decision makers, influence homeowner and contractor choices, while retailers prioritize high margins and consistent supply chains. So large-scale buyers like builders and contractors focus on bulk efficiency and reliable performance, tying directly into the growing demand for affordable yet durable construction solutions. Taglines like Andar Se Sundar highlight internal beauty and strength, while Putti whitest to Diware brightest kind of underscores premium whiteness for brighter walls. Birla HIL's positioning focuses on combining functionality with aesthetics, emphasizing superior whiteness, smoothness, finishes, and internal wall strength to appeal to both consumers and professionals. The tagline of the brand, Bring colors to life on your walls, aims to differentiate itself by addressing both practical needs and the growing demand for premium, visually appealing interiors.
Okay. Competitors. Let's look at some competitor products over here. Competitors in the wall putty market have embraced innovation. Asian Paints offers a large range of solutions, including True Care wall putty, which parallels with our acrylic-based wall putty. And then you have the True Care filling putty, which is designed to level the cracks and like levels large surface undulations. Then their innovative Premier putty, which it eliminates the need for an undercoat, and putty boost. It's an additive that enhances the crack resistance and ease of application. Then we come to Birla White. It has focused on premium differentiation, like with variants like Excel for a marble-like finish. And adding a functional edge over here, like BioShield type, it offers germ protection as well. Now they have even experimented with unique ideas like flavored variants. They have that lavender variant or jasmine variant, and through our primary research, we got to know that the application of this reduces the bland smell of the putty, and it adds to a level of comfort for the painters. Then we have our another competitor, JK Cement. Their line stands out. I mean, it's a very practical one with a white cement based one, and then they have their level max, which is for thin plastering, and they have the advanced versions over this. Now, in this competitive landscape, our portfolio focuses on true color technology, enhanced waterproofing, and superior weather resistance. Now, this ensures durability as well. Now, over here we come with some of the suggestions. Now, innovation is the cornerstone for staying ahead in this competitive market. Now, initially, we should look at the point of parity products such as BioShield putty or primer or boost. So that like we ensure competitiveness by addressing the key market demands. Then we can go ahead with some bundling options that we already have, such as pairing with Charmina's fiber cement boards, or like we have we can partner with Orient Cement, bundle with Orient Cement for like end-to-end package so that it adds convenience and value for contractors. Then we have come up with some innovative product suggestions such as cooling putty, which reflects heat and reduces indoor temperatures, or bubble resistant putty. This is a ask from some of the painters itself, that while applying their bubbles arise, due to which there is their undulations surface over the surface of the sorry, over the surface of the wall. Next, we like suggest a region specific targeting, where acrylic variants are to be targeted in arid regions such as Rajasthan, and cooling putty in desert or hot regions. So together, these efforts will solidify market position through innovation and practical value. Then coming to one of our competitor Asian Paints, let us closely look into them, because they have mastered innovation in pricing strategies as well. They use a decoy pricing strategy, incentivizing larger SKUs for better value, and they have set a QR code on the packages itself, allowing painters and consumers to redeem points, which they can use it for later use. Or this basically gets a strong consumer pull, and and based on this they are even able to generate higher margins. Now, for Birla HIL, targeted trade schemes or distributed discounts for timely credit repayment can be an opportunity to bridge, enter these pricing gaps. And now, coming to the channel strategy, we have seen it seen it as twofold: painter and non-painter route. The challenge lies in, for the painter route, in low differentiation, where brands are forced to establish, in the geographical place first, which is basically having a first mover advantage. So over here, engaging painters via testimonials, trials, or cost effective solutions, we can build a bit of brand loyalty and drive preference. On the non-painter route, challenges like like price sensitivity and limited shelf space still persist. Now, to address this, CRM approach, or balancing push pull marketing strategies ensure consistent demand and fosters long term growth. Finally, we come to the promotion strategy. So to truly connect with larger audience, I think Birla HL needs to focus on showcase relatable personalities in the brand, if Sono Sood endorses it. Now, coming to the consumer journey, now it's a clear path. We should start with impactful pan-India TV campaigns to create awareness, then follow up with, banners, etc., to spark interest, and then leverage some seasonal campaigns during rainy seasons, etc., to generate desire. And finally, offer some incentives or product trials so that people can come out and try it. On the digital front, I've seen that Birla HL has already listed on Amazon, which on e-commerce platforms. Now, this shows your commitment to omnichannel accessibility. Other than this, a vernacular website, as seen in other competitors, so that local painters can easily learn about products, all while targeted Google ads, can effectively reach the right audience.
In the competitive wall putty market, leveraging effective trade sales is essential for success. Plotting allowances can help Birla HL secure premium shelf space by targeting high-performance urban and semi-urban outlets. By providing dedicated shelves and in-house promotions like banners, a company can increase its shelf visibility, foot traffic, and customer inquiries, creating a strong presence. Off-invoice allowances further drive bulk purchases by offering 5 to 10% discounts on orders exceeding specific thresholds. Tailoring these discounts to growth regions such as Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, combined with fast-moving SKUs, can boost distributed orders and improve retail inventory turnover. Buyback allowances can also reduce retailer risk by guaranteeing buyback on slow-moving SKUs or offering replacement with high-demand products. Mm. Dealer contests can also motivate partners by rewarding top performers with prizes like travel vouchers or merchandise. Promoted through email and WhatsApp campaigns, these contests can increase product sales and foster dealer engagement. Trade shows provide an excellent platform to showcase products through interactive booths with live demonstrations. By collecting leads and following up with tailored offers, Birla HL can engage new distributors and expand its reach effectively. Birla HL's strategy for business acceleration should incorporate a meaningful social and sustainability angle. The company should commit to sustainability, and they should reflect via taking initiatives such as encouraging energy-saving habits and public transport among employees. Coming on to the implementation strategy, this 5-year implementation strategy ensures steady progress and impactful growth. In year one, the focus is on building awareness through national campaigns and retail expansions and penetrating into new markets. Year two brings product differentiation with innovations like cooling putty and high adhesion variants. Scaling manufacturing will come into year three by streamlining supply chains with new and upcoming technology. By year four, we aim to establish market leadership with premium product positioning and refreshed campaigns. In year five, we focus on to sustain our growth that we have achieved and produce eco-friendly product launches that align with global sustainability goals. Coming on to the financials, the financial projections highlight a steady growth for Birla HL, with revenue increasing at a CAGR of 8.5%, which is a bit more than the current market, driven by expanding market share and product innovation. Economies of scale will reduce as percentage of COGS, while marketing and distribution costs ensure market penetration. With a strong NPV of 303 crores, this plan demonstrates profitability and sustainability. In conclusion, the comprehensive strategy not only positions Birla HL as a leader in the wall putty market, but also ensures long-term value creation through innovation, operational efficiency, and a commitment to sustainable growth. Thank you.
Thank you, team, for presenting this. I believe we can move on to the Q&A section. Guri, over to you in terms of whatever questions we can ask the team. If we can move to the next.
Sure. Thank you, guys. Thanks for this presentation and walking us through your thought process on how you envision the entire bit in terms of sales acceleration for putty. This is a bit in terms of your process. I want to understand the process that you followed, both in terms of gathering information, distilling your thoughts, and then finally analyzing it. If you can just give us a quick 1-minute brief or half a minute brief on your data sources, both primary, secondary. What did you believe were the key? How did you figure out what were the key decision makers, and then went about your analysis? That would be helpful for this time.
Yeah, sure. So I'll take this question. So initially, we didn't have much of an idea of this industry. So we had to rely on some secondary sources. We have gone through some research papers and market research reports over here at our college. Then after getting some understanding, we wanted to understand what was the ground reality. So in our hometowns and in our friends' hometowns, etc., we tried to connect with retailers initially. Then from there, if they knew any other painters or contractors who have some bunch of painters, we tried to connect with them. Now over there, as we told, there are some personalized problems that they have given and we have mentioned in our presentation as well. So over there, we tried to connect with them. And then we also try to understand their other behavior, brand imagery behaviors, like what will drive their purchases, etc. and all. So that's where we came with some sales incentives or, like promotional campaign that we came. So yeah, so over here, like if you ask how did we end up with painters and all, yeah, it's given in the question itself. But as we progress through also, like we were directed that, okay, these kind of people will be able to answer your questions or they will, help you out with this and all. Then again, we came back to our drawing board, crafted our presentation, and yeah, that's the final.
You're aware, right? This is an extremely commoditized product, right?
Right.
With very little differentiation, both in terms of pricing, the channels are common, and there's very little that one can do on branding and marketing to differentiate the characteristics from one to the other, right?
Right.
In what you've mentioned as one of the key steps, an initial step is to build brand awareness, right? Brand awareness in a completely commoditized category, which only plays on price, do you think is a wise one to look at, right? And especially considering the case is about an industry which is growing at whatever it is growing, but there is cutthroat competition on pricing, people reducing pricing here and there to even just sell, right? There's an additional investment required on the kind of advertising you're talking about, ATL and so on. You understand the key influencers are painters and contractors, and to them, uh, the gratification, is it through brand awareness or is it through some other form? What is important? So I'm just trying to understand your rationale why brand awareness creating through ATL means you believe is a key one for us to increase sales.
Yeah. So, so I, so yeah, I do agree that so we have put in some ATL campaigns over here as well, but I think both of them equal weightages, like the sales promotions which we do and all. Coming to ATL, so what we understood is that whenever we used to, this basically completely came from the primary level itself. So people were able to recognize other brands through one or the other way. For example, for Birla, right, what they were telling is that they got some flooring or some other product through which they got to know that okay, there is again Birla White Putty also. So they brought in with bundling of that or etc. like that. So they have penetrated initially. They have kind of established their foothold over there. Now, again, to crack that market, you need some kind of thing for Birla HIL so that people can relate to this particular brand. So that's where we have come up with some ATL campaigns. We understand that it's on the cost center, but people attesting themselves to something which will in long term will help have brand loyalty. And other than that, we have also to say sales campaigns, etc. I mean, sales things we have proposed, which are mandatory to do so in this market, so that we are relevant in the short term.
Sure. Anybody else?
Team, just one question. You have highlighted several levers to boost the sales, right? From marketing to product to channel, etc. What is the one thing which you think is the most prominent and can be most impactful out of whatever you have suggested, and why?
Okay. So our I'll just take you back to this slide. So if you can see this over here, so this is a B2B sales tool. It's kind of a playbook that we came up with. So if you see here, it's kind of a MECE approach where we have tried to understand, okay, how in a B2B segment, we have to push our product. Now, if we are able to tick the check boxes on this, in short term, we will be able to see a push in the on the bottom line is what we feel. Uh, did we answer the question? Hello?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, so
Okay, so just one last bit from me. I think you highlighted the brand in terms of branding, Sonu Sood, and you took a survey as well for this. And the survey actually said that they will probably buy like 87% something, right?
right,
So you
right.
are saying that that would be like the most important thing in terms of differentiation, or let's say just trying to see which which particular brand sells more according to you.
Um, so yes, so we were also astonished with the percentage that.
Yes, yes. Please continue, then we can end.
Okay, so we were also astonished with the percentage we got over here. We were thinking that is like one person is he pivot. I mean, is it that
Hmm.
difficult to change the brands across the competitors and all? But we have again like further questions over this. We have asked, how do you know him or why do you know him? So
Hmm.
they have started with this that saying that he's strong. I mean, like he's a tough guy, etc. and all, and he
Hmm.
helps people and all. Now that is what they also feel about this wall putty. So they told that there is an I mean, that this has completely come from the grassroots over there. That he completely resonates with this particular notion that he is strong and what do you call, he has this social figure. So that is where we thought, okay, he might play a pivotal role, in upping the brand.
Okay, understood. Thank you. I believe also, how many painters, by the way? Like,
Let me get through. So I for the first survey we have given the number, but for
hmm,
this one it was more than that. So four retailers and six painters were for the initial,
hmm,
for this for, to to understand the putty industry itself. Then
hmm.
we tried to contact with the contractors itself, who have 10 to 15 people under them. So we
Okay,
did not check the exact number. For I think it was 90 plus for the Sonu Sood survey.
okay, good, good. Thank you. If there are no additional questions, then we can.
I had a question.
Yes.
If you guys could go to the financial slide, please. Right. So I think you've mentioned. I think you mentioned some 8.5% CAGR, and I think the statement made was most of this is going to be driven by the value-added products, the product innovation angle, right? In terms of the new products that we're coming up with. Is that correct?
No, so the idea was the new products will boost our current sales. Um, sorry. My assumption is that will grow as a percentage of market CAGR, and the additional
Yeah.
growth will come through the new products that we'll be launching.
Got it. Right, because market is growing at what, 6.5, 7%.
Exactly.
Did you do any research into what is the actual percentage of value-added putty sales as a portion of overall sales, right? I mean, to see that extra 2% growth that we want to achieve over the market, did we do any research into that? What sort of potential does VAP, value-added putty, actually hold? Is it growing at a higher rate than normal putty, which would actually, help us realize this 8.5% CAGR?
So, as a percentage of whole, as a percentage of the market, it's comparatively less, but it's growing at a better CAGR than.
So
Yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah.
self-explanatory, right? It's a smaller chunk, so it'll grow at a faster rate. So I think, that makes sense. But just trying to understand if you have a sense of, okay, hey, no, for normal putty, we are talking about 6.5%. Are we talking about double, triple, 5 times, 1.5 times, right? Any idea?
So
Uh,
in value added addition, we have seen the acrylic putty, like we have done one research. I mean, this is
Mm-hmm.
just a secondary research where we found out that putty is, I mean, acrylic putty is growing as, I mean, more than as compared to the base version over here. This is
Mm-hmm.
because in the arid regions, as I mentioned, where there is no heavy rain, instead of using it as not only an interior product, people are using it as an exterior product as well. So they don't care much about applying it outside or inside. So though it was mainly made for interior walls, it is basically being used for both of them, which is driving its sales.
Okay. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we're done, Ankitesh.
Okay, thank you, team, for presenting this. And possibly you can stop sharing now.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you for your well-researched presentation. Maybe we'll move on to the next presentation, which is from the team Elite Strategist. Am I getting it? Yes. From I am Bangalore. Would again request Ritik and
Yeah,
Rishikesh just briefly tell us about both of you, and then we'll jump to the presentation directly.
yeah. I'll share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, hello everyone. My name is Rishikesh. So I'm currently studying in Bangalore. My previous education background is again engineering. So I'm a mechanical engineer, and post my engineering, I worked in a healthcare medical device company known as Baxter as an R&D engineer. Yeah, in Bangalore, I was a part of the business fest as a senior coordinator.
Uh,
Yeah, so I'm Ritik. So I did my BTech from NIT Nagpur. I graduated in 2021, and then for 2 years I worked at O9 Solutions as supply chain management consultant. And here at IIM Bangalore, I'm also part of Business Fest, which Rishikesh talked about as sponsorship coordinator, as well as the senior coordinator at Public Policy Club.
We can start.
You can, yeah, you can start with the presentation.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, good morning, everyone. So we are team Allied Strategist from IIM Bangalore. So the problem statement we have chosen is creating a comprehensive plan to accelerate the putty sales. Yeah, next. So jumping straight into the industry analysis. So as of now, 2024, the market size of Indian wall putty is around 6,000 crores, and it has grown at a rate of almost 16% CAGR since 2006. But now if we look at company level, so the market share of like the major key players are Asian Paints, JK Cement, Ultratech. We have almost a market share of 25%, while HL stands at 3%. And if we look at the type of the company, so the cement companies which are at has a market share of around 50% are mostly because of their strong distribution channels. But then we have paint companies which are leveraging their shared branding with the paint products. And next we have the market size growth region wise. So there is a almost same level of growth in almost all the regions. Like North and West will be leading by 2030, but East is still lagging. It is mostly due to the lack of construction activity in that area. Then the Porter's analysis also reveals that the industry is moderately attractive with very high competition and price sensitivity. Next. Now moving to the competitive analysis. So on the left, we have the value proposition for the key players in the industry. We have picked some of the products, so we could not do for all the products here. We can't go into the detail for the value proposition of each of the product due to the lack of time. But on the right, we have Kano model for feature prioritization. So here the model prioritizes, categorizes the product features into the three needs: basic needs, performance needs, and delight needs. So if we look in that chart, so HL Birla is focuses mostly on basic and performance needs, while most of its competitors also operate in the delight nets. So there is a room for innovation in that space in delight nets. Then some other parameters we also looked at, that is the type of putty which HIL operates and its competitor operates in. So HIL has regular as well as waterproofing putty, while many of its competitors have additional putty as like primer gum putty and porous putty as well. Then another thing that is limiting HIL's growth we could identify was its low marketing spending, as well as its uh, lesser distribution retail network channel. Yeah, next. Now, to better understand the problem, we map the customer journey and try to get the opinion or feedback at every touch point the customer has contact with the company. So the customer journey generally goes from awareness, consideration, and research, decision and purchase, application, and then ends with the post purchase. So at every stage, some of the challenges were revealed, like the lack of knowledge of products, then the insufficient communication of products use cases to the end users, and then also the social media reviews, the average rating on e-commerce platforms. In addition to that, a survey of 80 users was also conducted, and some of the key insights, the demographics of the survey are on the right. And some of the key insights we observed here are like 70% users were not familiar with HL putty. Then they also said that quality and price are the most important considerations for the customers, and also around 42% rely on painter for purchasing decisions. Uh, Next, yeah. Now here we have identified the 5 key customer segments for the wall putty market. So of these primary segments that HL should focus on, the top 3, that is the upper 3: painters and contractors, retailers and distributors, and industrial. So these segments are critical as they directly derive product adoption and influence the end user purchase. So as per our analysis, the painters and contractors are the key decision makers, but face limited incentives and need better training and technical support. Whereas the retailers and distributors value high margins and sales support, but struggle with inventory management and training. So in the coming slides, we will try to address the needs and the pain points which we observed here for the primary segments using our 4P framework. So now let's begin with the product strategy. So in the existing products, we have Birla HL, the two main products, Birla HL Putty and Birla HL Waterproof Putty. So while these products provide the strong fundamental features like true care technology, waterproofing and whiteness, they face some challenges. Like some of the problems we identify, like there is limited differentiation and lack of specialized products to address the premium and niche segment. So how can we overcome this problem? Firstly, the existing portfolio can be repositioned to compete more effectively. So for instance, Birla HL Putty, we can reposition it from a cost-effective standard putty to a mass premium segment, focusing more on its eco-friendly traits and true care technology, true color technology. And secondly, in addition to this, we have also proposed introducing two innovative product to diversify HL's portfolio and target untapped segments. So first one of our first product is Birla HL Quick Finish Acrylic Putty. So this is ready to use acrylic based putty designed for do-it-yourself enthusiasts and contractors who value the faster project completion. So it incorporates quick drying technology where it dries in just within 20 minutes per coat and like provides a coverage surface area of almost 21 to 26 square foot per kg with 90% whiteness. So it offers a ease of use and convenience, making it ideal for smaller projects and urban consumers. Then another product we would like to introduce is the Birla HL Biocare antimicrobial putty. It is a specialized putty for health critical environments like hospitals, schools, and kitchen. It contains zinc oxide nanoparticles and antifungal properties for germ protection. It provides like a decent coverage surface area of almost 19 to 24 square feet per kg, 87% whiteness, and superior water retentivity. So it addresses the specific needs for hygienic and long-lasting wall protection. So this two-pronged strategy, introducing a differentiated products and repositioning the existing offerings, ensures HIL meets the needs of the both premium and niche market while strengthening its overall market presence. Now we will go to the pricing strategy. Before driving into the pricing strategy, let me clarify that the putty prices we looked at online, so they vary a lot. I mean, across different websites. So yeah, it might not be completely accurate. So for Birla HL Putty, considering it as a standard putty product, so we thought the cost plus pricing method is appropriate to price it. So recommended price here is between like 535 to 580 rupees for a 20 kg, which is quite competitive, and higher end of the price can be used for urban areas. We have also suggested bundling it with Birla HL primer, like of bundling it and offering discount will also drive sales. Then second, we have Birla HL waterproof putty. So here value-based pricing can be used. So since it focuses more on its superior waterproofing and uh, proof enhancing paint enhancing features, the recommended price can be based on the value-based pricing over the standard putty, like 30 to 40% over the standard putty cost we considered, and it comes out around rupees 755 to 815 for a 20 kg bag. And we can slightly adjust and vary for regions like monsoon or coastal areas where like we can increase in those areas as these features are highly beneficial in those areas. And then for the pricing strategy for the newly introduced products, so for the Birla HL Biocare antimicrobial putty, so since it's positioned as a premium antimicrobial putty, it competes directly with Birla White's BioShield putty. So here we have used competitive benchmarking. So features were compared for both the products, and based on that, the recommended price is around 1250 to 1350 for 30 kg. Since this is slightly lower than the Birla White's BioShield putty, the reason being here we are using zinc oxide technology compared to the silver iron technology. So zinc oxide nanoparticle technology is less costly. So yeah, so this is more cost effective compared to a competitor. So and also for large buyers like hospitals, schools, we can offer volume discounts also in this case. Then we have Birla HL Quick Finish Acrylic Putty. So the closest competitor here is the Asian Paints Acrylic Wall Putty. So we could position it as a mass premium segment, considering its customers are DIY enthusiasts and contractors, and we can use a penetration strategy here to undercut the competitor. And since our product does not contain the primer, unlike the Asian Paints Acrylic Wall Putty, so it should be priced, we thought, further lower than that, like around 1000 to 1050 for a 20 kg bag. From here on, Rishikesh will take over.
Yeah. So now we will talk about the distribution strategy. So in the putty segment, basically HIL facing the competition from the major cement and the paint companies because they have the well-established distribution network in regional and in a rural and urban areas. So we proposed a multi-channel distribution which include expanding existing retail model, like which includes the hardware stores and the kirana shop in rural and urban area. But along with that, we propose to have a B2B platform for the and the key account management for the industrial segment. And along with that, we also want to start some kind of experiential stores in tier 1 cities to demonstrate the product catalog and experience the product to the users. And also we come up with like suggestion like having a partnership with the companies like Urban Company, Live Space, Home Lane. These are the companies in the renovation sector, so which will give us a vast customer base and will able to create a customer brand awareness. We proposed a dealer management portal, which basically a online platform which provide the all the information related to the different products as well as the performance management, which will include the dealer dashboard, which will basically help management to track the dealer performance, incentive management, as well as helps to understand the various trends in the demands in the different regions. So we believe that utilizing analytics in sales management will definitely help to increase the sales. Talking about our partner programs, which is basically known as HIL Mitra, where the painter will be a brand ambassador for the HIL Putty products. So the feature of this program providing the training workshops and the vocational certification courses to the painters, dedicated support and the stores easy access to their products, as well as the reward point system for purchasing the HIL Putty product and referring this program to other professionals. So talking about the reward program, we divided into the 3 parts, like the bronze membership, silver membership, and the gold membership. So let's for the bronze membership, if the painter purchasing minimum 400 kg of products in a 1 year, we will able to give the 10% of total purchase value as a loyalty points, and he can redeem it and in the future purchases where the 2 points is equal to 1 INR. So this definitely help to promote the HIL Putty products to the end consumer. Talking about the promotion strategy, so what we understand the current challenges in the promotion, there are no TV commercial available on putty for the HIL brands. There is no celebrity endorsement, but the competitors are doing better in this particular segment. So we want to use the marketing channels like social media advertising, influencer marketing, search engine marketing for the HIL putty product. But our main focus to start with something, a campaign like a TV commercial, घर की सुंदरता की शुरुआत HIL पुट्टी के साथ, which will help the HIL to promote and create a brand awareness among the users. Also, we want to start, like I already discussed, the experience center in the tier 1 and tier 2 city, where we can demonstrate the product and highlight the features or benefits of the product, which will create a premium brand image in a consumer mind. So this is our promotion strategy, and overall this is our recommendations and the roadmap. So going forward, differentiating offering and expand product portfolio to address the gaps in some segments is essential, and we feel that like only putty, like going forward, in order to become a market leader, we need to expand our offering in other paint and decor product segment as well. Thank you.
If you want half a minute to close this, otherwise.
No, sir. This is the summary of the entire presentation. So I highlighted the key recommendation. So
Understood. Thank you so much for presenting this. Over to you, Julius. We can start with the Q&A.
I wanted to understand if you were to go back on the pricing slide. First, I want to understand your rationale for these 2 specific extensions that you understood, right? Have you been able to understand what is the current size of this opportunity when we're talking about acrylic or microbial, or is it just an extension because it looks fancy? Have you tried to understand what is my opportunity that I can get from these 2 extensions? Is it another 0.5% of sales? Is it another 50% of sales? What is the rationale for agreeing on or deciding on these categories extension or product extension?
Sir, actually, I mean, we looked at for the numbers actually, I mean, how many percentage of the putty sales are in microbial or for acrylic. So we could not find the numbers, but the rationale behind this was, I mean, if we did the competitive analysis and where we could find like other, the major key players are operating in, like they have products in each segment, like for premium, mass premium, in all the segments. And that is the difference we saw in the HL and the Asian Paints or
Fair point. Fair point.
Birla
All
White.
I'm saying is the product strategy and therefore the pricing strategy will. A key part is to look at the competition portfolio, but a competition might have that in their portfolio for reasons, different reasons, right? They're already, like you mentioned, they have a 25 to 26% market share, right? So they're just pretty much covering every ladder. We are at 3%, like you yourself mentioned. For us, are these product extensions more important or something else is more important for us from a product perspective to get from the 3% to a 5 to a 10%? Will these two products get us there to the 10 and 15% market share?
No, I mean, I don't think, so the primary recommendation we have is what Rishikesh mentioned, right? The promotion strategy, and
So yeah, sir. So basically, these two product will help to have some kind of differentiation in our product. So currently, as we understood, this is a commoditized product. So
Did
we
we do
don't have
any,
that
sorry
we
guys,
don't have that analysis.
did we do any primary research? Did we do any primary research? Did we speak to painters, contractors, developers, retailers, distributors on what they believe could be important for HIL's business, right? Existing retailers, distributors, or outside. Have you done any primary research around that?
Yes, sir. We did a short survey and we also talked about some retailers and distributors just to understand whether they are aware about the agile products and what kind of features they look for while buying the putty. So we have that survey as well in
So,
our.
like you mentioned, right, yourself, and I think that was part of the question as well. It's an extremely price competitive market, right? With very little to differentiate one brand from the other. So my question is, in that market construct where there are strong branded players, cement players, the advantage to them is that they're backward integrated. The advantage of the paint guys is they're forward integrated, right? It's the painters who buy and they have a distribution channel. We are neither here nor there, right?
Yeah.
We can't therefore necessarily compete on some of those cost related aspects or distribution related aspects. So is promotion, are these very, very niche products enough and more to help us gather that incremental market share is what my question is.
Yes, sir.
We
So
are in a very different space, right, to the
yeah.
existing players.
Yes, sir. So
And then
that's
there are a whole bunch of completely unorganized players that will have absolutely nothing for quality. So as a child, I'm fighting a battle from both these players that have a 75% market share and a whole bunch of unorganized players.
Yes, sir. So basically, sir, addressing to your question, so this promotional strategy and the creating the awareness about the product will help HIL to increase the market share incrementally in the short run. But as our major recommendation in a long run, we need to diversify our product beyond the putty, maybe in the paint segment or maybe another decor segment. That will be the long-term strategy to become the
But we haven't spoken about it in this presentation.
So basically we just focused here on the putty thing, but in our final recommendation, we have this product from the product point of view. This is the diversity product offering in paint and other decor product. So in the roadmap, we have included that. So that is the key thing, sir. So in order to become the market leader in this particular segment, we need to diversify. Without that, we cannot be a market leader. But this strategy will definitely help to increase the revenue and market share incrementally in the short run. Because currently there is very less awareness about the HL Putty as a brand. That's what we understood from our research.
Sure. Anybody else?
Yeah, so I think on just building on this product point, obviously most of our sales, so I think we've labored that point in terms of what product extension, but most of our sales will come from the standard putty that we're selling. The recommendation from your end was to reposition that standard putty as an eco-friendly product. right? That should be a primary proposition. Now, my question is that considering what you have said and what is known about the market, that the painters and contractors are the primary influencers for buying decision here. Do we think that TG is someone who actually cares about the product being eco-friendly or not? I mean, at this point, even end consumers in India, I would say maybe 5 to 10% of the end consumer pool in India would care about the product being eco-friendly. But that number would be even lower when we go to the painter and contractor community. So I just wanted to understand what's the rationale behind being eco-friendly is our first sort of, is our primary proposition for our putty product.
I mean, it will still be a standard putty. It will be still be the cost effective, and I still highlighted that we'll still highlight the
Yeah, no, I get it, right? So I get it that it'll still be a standard putty, it'll be everything, but considering that that product is going to gain or get us most of our revenue, right, and that is going to be the mainstay in whatever brand awareness campaigns that we will throw up, right? That is going to be our mainstay, and we will have to put together these propositions, right, in those brand awareness campaigns. Right. So I'm just asking, is eco-friendly, right? In terms of the other things which you have mentioned in the last slide, key quick dry, easy apply, right? Those are things that make sense to the painter or contractor who are the sort of primary decision makers on the buying decision here. So, but eco-friendly, I just wanted to understand what's the rationale because um, great, it's eco-friendly is a trend right now, but I'm not sure if the end consumer or the buying person who is making the buying decision really cares about the putty being eco-friendly.
I mean, there was a conflict among us as well, like whether they actually care, because we are hearing that consumers are becoming more environmentally conscious, and then they have all the regulatory guidelines, ESG principles, and all that.
Mhm.
We thought going forward, I mean, that is the way that people are becoming more environmentally conscious and all that. So that is why we thought, like being a step ahead in that terms, if we could position ourselves before and only that our product as zero VOC and it's more eco-friendly. So we thought it could be better for us before the competitor does that.
And it can be a point of differentiation for the HIL as well as compared to the competitors. That was our thought process.
Got it. Okay. No, makes sense. Arun, anything from your end?
No,
I think
I just wanted to know how much primary research has happened to lead to these insights. If you can just highlight that.
Yeah, so basically we start with the secondary resources available on the internet, and then basically we check for the promotions things, we check the YouTubes and all the internet things whether there are HIL brandings and the promotions are available or not. We couldn't find anything, but the other competitors, they have the TV promotion and all those stuff. Then we have created a short survey and we floated that survey among the different people in our uh, connections, and we got the results, and we already presented some statistics. We also try to get some contacts of the retailers and the distributor, and try to understand their insights, their awareness about the HL product. So we did the 3-4 things from the primary research perspective.
Okay.
I think just last point from me, and adding on to what Paresh said, did this eco-friendly element came out of your survey? Was this one any question on this particular piece, or this is mainly your thinking that?
There is no question related to the eco-friendly included in our survey. So this is based on the trend, as you sir mentioned, and like currently every company is trying to be moving towards the sustainability. So that's we thought like this could be a good added differentiation point. So this is our thought process.
Your thought process. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. If there are no other questions, then we can let them go. Thank you so much for presenting this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, team.
Thanks, everybody.
You can stop sharing your screen. Possibly, thank you. We can now move on to the next team of ours, which is, I would say, Joka strategist from IIM Calcutta. And you can briefly introduce both of you, and then you can move to the presentation, please.
one thing I wanted to point out that the on the screen, the photo of my teammate is incorrectly placed.
Oh, then we apologize, and you can tell me your name yourself, and probably you can move to the next screen.
Yeah, I'll just share the PPT one.
Yes, that would be helpful.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'm Deepika Induri. I've done my BTech in IIT Madras from the branch of CSE, and I've graduated in 2023. During my BTech, I did an internship with L&T as a software developer, and then I came to IIM Calcutta, and here I've interned with GSK Consumer Care, now Helion. And we have my partner Snigdha Rajmane, who has done her who's been an architect, and she's also the founder of a startup called Mudberries, and which is related to skincare. And she has also joined IIM Calcutta, and she's my peer right now. So that is about ourselves.
Thank you. Thank you. Please continue with the presentation.
Yeah. So greetings, we're Team Joka Strategists, and we're going to present our premiumization strategy for fiber cement boards. Picture a market brimming with potential, yet riddled with gaps. The Indian fiber cement board market is growing at a robust 8.98 CAGR, expanding from 5.1 billion in 2021. Adding to that, the surging Indian interior design market, fueled by urbanization, luxury housing, and smarter interiors. The drivers are clear. Affordable, decorative, durable, and sustainable materials are now essential. The present use of fiber cement boards shows that the product is highly commoditized. Our interviews with architects, construction material dealers, and other key stakeholders validated this need, emphasizing the demand for affordable yet aesthetic options. We further got our hands dirty and visited various retailers, which highlighted a gap. Marble and wood are costly, while cheaper alternatives lack durability and appeal. Ultimately, the consumers are seeking materials that blend affordability, aesthetics, and functionality, willing to pay a premium for the right solution. This market isn't just growing, it's demanding innovation, and that's the story Birla Aerocon is poised to lead. When we mapped the competitive landscape, an interesting story unfolded. Everest excels with affordability, Century Ply commands premium branding, but Birla Aerocon stands out for its sustainability credentials and wide distribution network. Yet we noticed the gap. Premium decorative brands match evolving customer demands. This led us to our catch framework, competitive position. Customers are looking for decorative boards that blend affordability, durability, and style. Advantages. Products like textured, marble wood finish, and acoustic boards meet untapped demand with cost effectiveness. Threats. Competitors like PVC boards are gaining ground. We counter this with sustainable, high quality alternatives. Company alignment. Decorative boards align perfectly with Birla Aerocon's values of eco-friendliness and durability. Harness. SEO data revealed significant online traffic, a huge opportunity to connect directly with customers. Understanding our customers starts with listening to their stories. Meet Skyline Builders, a real estate player in Bangalore, managing 500 CR turnover, seeking durable, eco-friendly materials that elevate premium projects. Then there's Ramesh Gupta, a local contractor, handling mid-scale projects, balancing cost and durability while struggling with sourcing delays. Aditi Kapoor, an interior designer, craves variety in finishes at affordable prices to meet her clients' aesthetic demands. Finally, BuildSphere Enterprises, a Hyderabad dealership, faces inventory challenges amidst fluctuating demand. Analyzing the consumer journey, we identified various touchpoints and opportunities to create premiumization. Our key insight, whether it's homeowners wanting elevated design or architects seeking sleek materials, the demand for durable, affordable solutions is undeniable. We are not just meeting this demand, we're shaping it.
I will cover our premiumization strategy, introducing a game-changing portfolio of 4 premium designer boards, textured finishes for modern aesthetics, marble and wood boards for luxury appeal, and acoustic boards for superior soundproofing, and high-density landscaping boards for durability in outdoor spaces. Strategically aligned with Birla Aerocon's eco-friendly and versatile expertise, this product line is set to capture untapped premium segments while leveraging efficient production capability. Imperium designer boards represent a game changer in premium decorative board market, addressing critical gaps that deliver affordable, high-quality solutions where conventional fiber cement boards fall short. The current market lacks versatile, aesthetically appealing options, particularly for upscale interiors. Imperium steps in with a robust solution, textured fiber boards featuring metallic, concrete, and patterned finishes. Designed for seamless integration into walls, ceilings, and facades, these boards are lightweight, modular, and UV resistant, ensuring both durability and ease of installation. Strategically priced at 120 to 150 per square feet, Imperium is positioned slightly above standard fiber cement boards but remains significantly more affordable. The price strikes a balance between premium quality and accessibility, enabling broader adoption. With applications in residences, creative offices, and statement public venues, Imperium bridges the gap between affordability and aesthetic. It's not just a product, it's a strategy to elevate interior design while unlocking untapped market potential. Next in line is Regalia. Regalia is an embodiment of luxury and functionality, addressing a market earning for premium yet practical solutions. The current challenges are clear. Natural marble and wood come with high costs, significant maintenance, and high structural demands, limiting their usability, especially for ceilings and large scale applications. Regalia offers a solution that redefines premium interiors. With marble and wood like finishes, these fiber cement boards deliver the elegance of natural materials while being lightweight and easy to install. UV and moisture resistant, they ensure long lasting durability across diverse environments, from high end homes to sophisticated commercial spaces. Strategically placed at 200 to 250 per square feet, Regalia provides premium aesthetics and durability at the fraction of the cost of natural materials. It positions itself as an affordable luxury alternative, filling the gap between high cost materials and low quality substitutes. With applications ranging from urban apartments to luxury hotels and office spaces, Regalia transforms interiors, making aspirational designs achievable. It's more than a product, it's a strategy shift towards modern, cost effective design. Next in line is Aurelia. Aurelia addresses the critical gaps in the modern acoustic needs. Today, urban and commercial spaces face challenges with noise control, relying on traditional low cost panels that lack aesthetic appeal. The market demands a solution that combines functionality with style. Aurelia steps in with fiber cement acoustic boards designed for superior soundproofing, fire and moisture resistance, and effortless modular installation. Strategically priced at 180 to 220 per square feet, Aurelia ensures premium performance and at a competitive price point. The applications are vast from corporate offices and hospitals to theaters and auditoriums. Imagine a hospital waiting room with serene silence or a corporate boardroom fostering focus. Aurelia transformed these spaces, blending performance with aesthetics and aligning perfectly with the demands of urban and premium markets. Finally, we have Veridia. Outdoor spaces today demand materials that are not only durable but also visually appealing and functional. Yet the market struggles with gaps in lightweight, weatherproof options. Traditional stone and wood slabs are heavy, high maintenance, and costly. Enter Veridia, our high density landscaping boards that redefine outdoor living. Designed to withstand rain, UV rays, and extreme temperatures, Veridia delivers premium aesthetics with textured finishes that mimic stone and wood. Its high load capacity and modular design make it versatile solution for patio and gazebos. Strategically priced at about 300 to 380 per square feet, Veridia provides an affordable alternative to stone and wood, offering elegance without the added cost of maintenance. Imagine resorts, outdoor cafes, and residential patios transformed in modern spaces. With Veridia, we are not just building outdoor spaces, we are elevating them to a new standard of durability and design. Launching four innovative products requires a strategic roadmap. We plan to launch product first in tier one cities in like Mumbai and Delhi. Phase one focuses on Imperium and Regalia as the product, targeting premium segments and designer boards, leveraging existing dealer networks and partnerships for maximum reach. Phase two introduces Aurelia and Veridia, addressing acoustic and landscaping needs, and then eventually introducing the entire portfolio into tier two and tier three cities. The timeline ensures a robust foundation, R&D, prototyping, and manufacturing for Imperium and Regalia to begin with, and then starting the process for Aurelia and Viridia 3 months apart with tailored marketing campaigns and scale launch. Distribution is key, with exclusive dealer partnerships, corporate collaborations, and retail channels driving penetration. This phased approach ensures precision in execution, catering to diverse market needs and setting the stage for sustainable growth.
Through our marketing activation strategy, we plan to position the portfolio as affordable luxury for modern spaces. We emphasize our commitment to delivering high quality, durable, and eco-friendly products tailored for today's discerning consumers. Our multi-pronged strategy includes digital-first campaigns with influencer collaboration, geo-targeted ads, and consumer testimonials to amplify our reach. Offline, immersive experiences like model rooms and loyalty programs help demonstrate the product's transformative power firsthand. Kriti Sanon, our brand ambassador, embodies these ethos. Her stylish yet relatable image bridges the premium aspirations with everyday relatability, making her the perfect face for our transformation story. This comprehensive strategy ensures we not only capture attention, but build long-term brand equity, aligning perfectly with our positioning as the brand redefining luxury, all while delivering tangible results through our defined KPIs like market penetration and repeat purchases. Our financial projections are built on a solid understanding of market dynamics, starting with TAM, valued at 41,800 crore. It reflects the entire fiber cement board market, growing at 8.98 CAGR. We then focused on the decorative use segment, comprising 10% of TAM, to arrive at a SAM of 4,180 crore, growing at 6%. Finally, the SOM accounts for our projected penetration, starting at 5% in year 1 and gradually scaling to 25% by year 5. This translates to revenues of 209 crore in year 1 and reaching 1,225 crore in year 5. Our phased cost structure reflects the strategic rollout. In year 1 and year 2, we allocate 121 crore and 182 crore respectively, with significant investments in R&D for aesthetics and finishes, marketing campaigns featuring Kriti Sanon, and distribution setup in tier 1 cities. Marketing spends grow from 30 crore in year 1 to 80 crore in year 3 as we drive awareness and adoption. Fixed costs are adjusted annually for inflation while variable costs scale with production. By years 4 and 5, costs increase to 380 crore and 472 crore as we expand nationwide and ramp up production to meet demand. This includes incremental investments in innovation and logistics to penetrate tier 2 and tier 3 cities. By year 5, we project 753 crore in net profit, supported by high growth SOM and premium pricing. To address risks, we have positioned the new products distinctly to prevent market cannibalization, while celebrity endorsements and product trials counter consumer resistance. Highlighting features like durability and affordability ensures differentiation against competitors' offerings. This comprehensive approach balances growth, risk, and market potential effectively. In conclusion, our strategy for Birla Aerocon is to redefine the decorative fiber cement board market with innovative and premium products. Through targeted marketing, phased implementation, and strategic positioning, we aim to establish Birla Aerocon as the
142
go-to
million.
brand for modern interiors, capturing untapped opportunities and driving sustainable growth. Thank you. We're open for questions.
Yes, thank you for presenting. We're open to question.
Yeah, I have a question. You have started from profiling the types of people whom you interacted, like for example, local contractor, architect, dealers, and real estate. And then you have given a tiered architecture on the product premium categories, right? The way you define it. Is there any link between these two, that whom are you selling what in terms of your product? Because the whole crux of your presentation is the product differentiation in different categories. So is there a link between these two?
So most of our primary research we have done through our connections through architects, and we have interacted with dealers and contractors. And since this is also derived from not only architects also are derived from the consumers on the other end. So we have as a hero target group, I think mostly we have focused on architects and designers, and also on premium real estate agents. So
No, what I meant was that would you be selling all of these four types of products to architects, or would you sell one to one category of people, the other to other, or is there some connection between, or is there some mapping between whom are you selling what?
yeah, so we have positioned four of them differently. Like for acoustic panels and all, and acoustic panel range, we have pitched it for commercial spaces, mostly for commercial spaces and other facilities such as hospitals and the firms that deal with those kind of projects. And there are a few retail uses of the wood and marble finish products and the textured designer board products that we have created.
So a question, and I'm just trying to get the gist of it, right? You've been very specific in terms of your product choices and your suggestions, right? And I'm assuming that's come through, and because it wasn't necessarily evident in the one slide that you showed on the initial context. My question is, how did we arrive at those four product choices? What was the basis? Because there could be four others, right? And uh, I know one of you is an architect, so I can relate that some of that is possibly coming from your own experience and what it could come through. But my question is, you've been very prescriptive and specific about your recommendations on the four different type of products. What led you to believe that these are the four and nothing beyond that, or we're missing out on a larger opportunity? So just the reasoning, understanding, and the thought process behind arriving at those four product choices.
Looking at the global trends, I think we looked at the increasing demand for either decorative or aesthetic materials and for modular construction market, or we also saw an increase of smart technology. But something that we eliminated few things, as we thought that smart technology wouldn't fit in with the core competencies, and right now to roll out something, it would be probably more on an interior design kind
So,
of a
Deepika,
thing.
let me ask you a question, right? You've zeroed down on four.
Yeah.
What was your larger set? Beyond these four, what are the ones? Because your smart technologies and all are an adjacent thing. You can still have smart built into these four product choices, right? So
Yeah.
I'm saying if you've been very specific about these four product choices that you've selected, what are the ones that you've eliminated and why?
Uh, there were a lot of we found what we found on a very high end basis from our market research were that there were wood and multiple other such either wood, stone, marble, and multiple other such expensive materials. And there we wanted to bring it to a we wanted to bring it to a low cost alternative, which was premium for the cement board market. So that was our rationale when we went towards that.
So let me ask you a follow-up question. Why do you think people will buy a fiber cement board in a wood finish and not a wood board itself? Or a marble finish and not a marble, let's say if we had a marble walling itself. Or whatever, metallic board and not a fiber cement board with a metallic finish. What is that in
Am I
FCB?
audible?
Yes, Nick, that's
Yeah,
yours.
please.
Yeah. So, with this product, the main thing that people would want to buy this is because this sort of sets in a sweet spot wherein it's cost effective as well as give finishes that are very much alike to the natural wood and marble. Presently, if you see the average cost of marble or wood is about 2,000 to 1,500 square feet. I know it starts from about 200 to 300, but there is not an end point as to where the cost for marble and wood ends. So this particular product sort of brings both of these things together, wherein it is affordable as well as it's aesthetically very pleasing for a consumer.
But how about the TCO, right? In the sense, have you considered ease of installation, the life, and so on? Besides just the look and feel, Are there other things that the natural materials have an advantage over an FCV board?
So of course,
I'm saying when you buy a car, you don't buy because it's 50% cheaper than the other. You also look at maintenance cost. You also look at uh, the mileage and so on and so forth, right? When you're making your decision, besides all the features that go inside. So, is it just the cost that has is cost the only element that's helped you decide on these choices?
so as you said it right, the maintenance itself of wood and marble is very high. Marble gets stained very easily. Wood has a lot of contraction during say rainy season or winters. Whereas we have on the other hand we have fiber cement board which looks exactly like marble or wood but does not contract and is very low on maintenance and is higher in terms of durability as compared to
And these
these
are
two
external
natural
boards,
materials.
interior boards. Have you looked at whether these are exterior, both? Where do they find applications? The outdoor, I can imagine, are outdoor, right? But the others, are we talking about applications which are indoor applications, interior applications, or exterior applications?
Um, if you see for interiors, there is a major trend of partition walls being introduced into homes to optimize the home at the max level because everyone wants sort of minimalistic households these days, and which is why this particular product sort of blends in that also in that sense, and it creates visual appeal. Yes, of course, but at the same time. It at the same time it's functional also.
My last question is on your financial projection sheet, you have a certain market size that you put in. What's been the source for that? The TAM of 41,800 crores, is this a fiber cement board market? Is it the overall
Yeah.
boards market in India? Is it boards
This is
plus
the
sheet
fiber.
market? Yeah.
This we have gotten it from sources that state fiber cement growth. The fiber cement board market in India is the first statistic that I've put on the slide, which says 5.1 billion. That is what has translated to this TAM. Like this is the entire
5.1 billion.
dollars. Yeah, is what it had
Are
said.
you sure? Have you done your
Any
research?
sense, any sense
Thorough
checking,
research?
any sense checking you've done on this number in terms of, okay, hey, my paints market, for example, is this size, so fiber cement boards being X size would make sense, or just any cross checking, right? Because 42,000 crores is I mean, if you'd looked at the key players who are making fiber cement boards in India, and you add up who make a lot of different types of products, you add up all of their revenues, it will probably not cross 25% of this 42,000 crores.
So I know where this number is coming from, and therefore you have to be a little bit more diligent because the report that you're looking at is a fiber cement boards and sheeting market, and not a fiber
Okay.
cement board market. It's a textile report that you've looked at. Anyways,
Okay.
So
because that changes your entire number, right? The actual market size is less than 1/10 of the one that you've spoken about. It's possibly closer to about 1,200 odd crores rather than a 41,000 crores or 42,000 crores. Anyways, that's from my side.
yeah, one question I had on the product launch page, you've chosen to disaggregate marketing activation and the launching teasers piece for the four products that you've suggested, right? This one. So, like, why? My question is like, why? Why not do all four? Ki, hey, we are, Birla HL is coming up. Obviously, marketing activation and all of these soft launches, teasers cost money. If you are bringing in four different kinds of designer boards, why sort of not launch them all at once and make a bigger statement and rather than go with this sort of strategy? I just want to understand the thought process behind.
So if you see the first, which is Imperium, decorative designer boards, and second, which is wood and marble finishes, they
Yeah.
are sort of in the trend right now, majorly in the trend, and for which I think the capability building would not be much on our end, which is why these two have been kept in the first bucket, and eventually then we can progress over to the next two products that are there in line.
Okay. So in terms of capability building, you mean from an operations perspective or
In terms
what
of
sort of?
manufacturing also,
So you've analyzed some manufacturing commonality between these four, or I assume, like, is that the understanding that a similar or the same manufacturing setup will be able to output all of these four kind of boards?
so more or less, since this is fiber cement boards, the manufacturing setup for all of the fours would be same. But if
Mm-hmm.
you see the first and the second product, it is more or less similar, wherein for say wooden and marble finish, we'll just have to have one sort of laminate over fiber cement board, and that could then become as the finished products. Whereas for acoustic boards, we'll have to experiment a lot with whether we want to have aerated plaster, or we want to have any perforations in the specific boards, and then go forward with the strategy, which is why those two are segregated in that sense.
Acoustic boards, I think, makes sense, right? But the external boards, the external ones that we have, the Viridia, Viridia, right? So since that is also pretty much a design play, right? So would it not make sense to bundle with number 1 and 2?
That can be done as well, but our thought process was that since it is something that is outdoor, we would like to judge the market first on the basis of these two products, which are majorly residential and indoors, and then go forward with the next two products.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, 1 and 2 bundling makes sense. Just want to understand what's the logic behind bundling 3 and 4. But okay, that's it from my end, Varun.
Okay. Thank you.
Ankitesh, anything?
No, nothing particular. I think we can let them go. Thank you, Joker
Thank you so much,
Strategy,
guys.
for your presentation. And we can directly move on to the next one, which is your procrastinators, I would like to say, from IIM Ahmedabad. And please, team, could you just, okay, sure. Would love if you could just introduce yourself briefly, and then we can directly jump into the presentation.
Sure. Hi everyone, myself Kadugoni Vineet Gaud. I've done in graduation from BNT Nagpur as a chemical engineer. Prior to which, I worked in, I have a work ex of 26 months. I worked with Reliance Industries in manufacturing, and then at Hallat also as a design engineer. At IIM Ahmedabad, I'm a cell head of an operations club and also part of different clubs. Yeah.
Hello everyone, I'm Shraddha Dhakar and I'm from Indore, and I did my undergraduation in English literature. Here I'm a fresher and I did my intern at Samsung Electronics.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Divyagnya. I'm a 2021 EC graduate from IIT Kharagpur. Thereafter, I worked as a SDA in Industrial IoT at ABB for 2 years. I have done management consulting intern during my summers on CPG in the retail segment.
So we will start our presentation now.
Sure, Joy.
Good afternoon to esteemed members. We are Team Procrastinators, as you have just seen, from IIM Ahmedabad, and we are thrilled to present our strategy for building a stronger portfolio in the home and interior segment, a choice that we made after carefully assessing HIL's current position and future aspirations. So HIL's brand Parador, with its rich European heritage and presence in over 80 countries, is a premium player in the flooring segment. However, the broader home and interior market in India presents an untapped opportunity. Over the next few minutes, I will walk you through our approach, which is identifying what does the customer want, what does the current market has, and what are the different customer segments and distribution channels, and how Parador can leverage them. So to understand what the customer wants, we began by conducting primary and secondary research. Our survey of 36 respondents and interviews with 6 interior designers revealed that premium home interiors are defined by status, aesthetics, and personalization. Key insights include that 72% of customers prefer products that match their entire home, and 62% are willing to pay more for sustainable options. Expert opinions echoed these findings, with a McKinsey consultant and the Asian Paints manager highlighting the dominance of European styles due to their elegance. From marketing perspective, personalization, trust, and bundled product offerings emerged as critical factors. And from the secondary research, we found that the market is growing at a 10% CAGR, projected to reach $237 billion by 2030. These insights were the foundation for our strategy, ensuring it aligns with evolving consumer demands and market dynamics. Then, to effectively position HIL in the premium home and interior segment, we analyze the market landscape, customer trends, and competitor strategies. The market, as you can see, falls into two categories: home furnishing and home improvement. The key players like IKEA, Pepperfry, Asian Paints, and Cera lead specific subcategories. For instance, IKEA dominates indoor and outdoor living, while Asian Paints has diversified into wall coverings and tools as well. Besides, consumer preferences have evolved significantly to shift the trends. Like from 1960 to 1990s, products focused on affordability and utility. By 2010, quality and design became a key aspect. And today, comfort, ease of installation, and technology-driven experiences drive the market. And to capture these segments, competitors have adopted unique strategies. For example, as you can see, Asian Paints Beautiful Homes offer one-stop makeovers, Pepperfry uses AR tools, and IKEA combines affordability with localization through hybrid retail models. These insights reveal that there is an opportunity for HIL to differentiate itself by integrating sustainability-focused innovation, focused on customization and easy installation for the premium segment. This slide highlights the key customer segments and sales channels critical for Parados expansion in India's premium home and interior market. Here we have segmented the key stakeholders into 4 key groups. First is luxury connoisseurs. These are the people like HNIs and celebrities who actually value high-end designs. Second, aspiring urbanites, like the young professionals who seek affordable yet premium solutions for compact spaces. Then commercial visionaries, such as real estate developers who are focused on buying premium materials in bulk. And we have creative influencers, which include architects and designers who actually shape the trends that are going on in the market. To effectively reach these stakeholders, Paradox can leverage 4 primary sales channels as listed here. First is in-store sales to offer immersive flagship experiences, and private designers to directly target the niche high-value clients, service companies for scalability and building credibility in the bulk market, and online platforms to deliver cost-effective, round-the-clock engagement to urban professionals. This integrated stakeholder and channel strategy forms the backbone of our approach in identifying the right product, ensuring we align Parados' premium positioning with India's diverse consumer needs.
So, based on our analysis, we evaluated 5 product categories. First, indoor living, wall panels, paints, baths and kitchens, and lightnings. We evaluated these categories based on demand, synergy, profitability, feasibility, and competition, where indoor living emerged as a top priority with 41% market share, strong demand driven by work from home trends, and profitability margins of 6 to 8% supported by high synergy with Parados premium designs and scalable supply chains. Coming to wall and ceiling panels, representing 14% of the market, align well with Parados customizable aesthetics and offer moderate profitability amidst growing demand. Paints, holding a 21% market share, complements flooring and sees strong demand for eco-friendly solutions with profitability in the 6 to 8% range. Baths and kitchens with high margins due to its rising demand for modular and IoT-based products. Premium offering can be a good fit but requires specialized technological innovations. Finally, lightnings, capturing a 6% of the market, offer a higher profitability but face stiff competition from imports. This prioritization underscores indoor living and wall panels as the strongest opportunities, aligning best with the Parados premium positioning and market strategy. So, Coming to the next slide, we will discuss the highlights and how we can identify the synergical products in the indoor living, prioritizing wardrobes, modular seating, and beds based on the demand and alignment with the Paradox premium positioning, based on consumer insights and the secondary research, where wardrobes align with Paradox wood-based finishing, cater to 41% of consumers seeking personalization, offering significant growth potential in modular furniture market. Modular seating, aligning with Paradox wood-based designs, spacious conscious customers, leveraging Paradox ergonomic expertise and encouraging repeat purchases. Beds, representing a 25% of the bedroom furniture market, reinforces Paradox premium positioning, driven by high demand for customization. Additionally, Paradox expertise in wall and ceiling panels prevents a major opportunity, with the segment growing at 8.5% annually and 56% of HNS favoring wood finishes for luxury interiors. These especially relevant for accent walls and growing trend for home offices post-pandemic. So coming to the next slide. So here let us discuss highlights on how Parada address consumer pain points with innovative, customizable, and eco-friendly solutions. Here we have made a small video that explains product features based on consumer insights. Yeah, you can play it.
Portfolio will look like this. We can have wardrobe with features like built-in lighting, soft close technology, eco-friendly material, and seamless integration with Parador's other products. We can have Parador seating furniture with compact multifunctional design that is customizable, easy to clean, with built-in lighting and ergonomic design. Then we can have Parador modular bed with adjustable comfort setting, scratch resistance, built with sustainable wood and LED fixtures. Finally, we can have Parador wall panels with features like click system, pest resistance, water resistance, and eco-friendly materials. Altogether, we can have a bundled portfolio that offers customers a one-stop destination for modern living spaces. From floors to walls, wardrobes to seating, Parador is ready to transform homes worldwide.
We have tailored messaging for each of the consumer segment. First, starting with luxury connoisseurs, we blend European luxury with sustainability. Second, for aspiring urbanities, we say modular eco-friendly interiors for millionaires. And third, for commercial business, our messaging look like cohesive functional solutions for large projects. And fourth, for creative influencers, we offer transformative designs for offices and showrooms. These innovations and tailored messaging position makes Parador to meet diverse consumers' needs and redefine premium living spaces in India.
Our marketing strategy for Parador is focused on maximizing visibility and cementing its premium positioning. We have allocated 60% of the budget to PR, 20% to the offline marketing, and 10% each to online marketing and unique sales channels. For PR, we will launch campaigns in luxury magazines like Vogue Living and partner with Shah Rukh Khan and Gauri Khan as brand ambassador to reflect Parador's luxury and family-oriented values. In offline marketing, we'll showcase Parador's craftsmanship at interior design expos, host exclusive launch events for HNI, and deliver personalized samples and coffee table books to build a premium brand connection. Online efforts will leverage SEM and SEO and storytelling through blogs, YouTube, and luxury portals to reach high intent audience. Additionally, we will introduce an AR visualization app and limited edition NFTs, combining innovation with exclusivity. This strategy ensures Parador stands out in the home and interior market, reaching diverse audiences while reinforcing its premium identity. Our phased implementation strategy ensures seamless growth and premier customer experience. In phase 1, we will launch bundle packages like accent wall plus wooden flooring, supported by AR tools and interactive showroom displays to deliver immersive engagement. Phase 2 expands into modular bedroom solutions, bundling wardrobes with wall panels, amplified to designer endorsements and exclusive launch events for HNS. Phase 3 completes the portfolio with modular seating and multifunctional furniture promoted as bedroom makeover packages using AR/VR mockups in the flagship stores. We'll begin in Tier 1 cities like Delhi and Mumbai and expand to Tier 2 cities as the demand grows. Post-sales will offer premium installation support and AI concierge for personalized recommendations, fostering a long-term loyalty. This phased approach ensures a strategic entry, capturing demand while delivering a superior customer experience. Strategic bundling is key to profitability, risk mitigation, and positioning Parador as a market leader. Our bundle includes premium flooring at rupees 950 per square feet and wooden wall panels at rupees 700 per square feet, and wardrobes priced at around 1 lakh per unit. A 10% discount reduces the total price to 2,76,000, driving higher average order value and boosting customer lifetime value. With a COGS of 53% and the profit margins down into around 6 to 8% in the industry, the average profit per bundle is 21,000, requiring a break even at around 8,400 bundles. Wooden product retailers, painters, contractors, they remain the key stakeholders who drive our sale, and their incentives will be aligning with the other HIL product standards. Market risks like pricing pressure will be addressed through pre-launch testing and premium positioning. Operational risks are mitigated via reliable suppliers and installation kits, while competitive risks are encountered through designer collaborations and exclusive partnerships. This approach leverages Parador's heritage and innovation to redefine premium interiors, ensuring financial resilience and market-leading position. Thank you for giving us this opportunity, and we are open to Q&A.
Thank you, team, for the presentation. The floor is open for questions. Julie?
When you looked at the synergy space, what is that you looked at in synergy? Manufacturing, sales and distribution, brand, synergy only with Parador, synergy with HIL, synergy with the CK Birla group. I was not very clear about what synergy are we talking about, because you spoke, I think, about the wardrobes and all having a close synergy with Parador, having close synergy. But I think if you just go to that slide, please, once, where you have
Shortlisted the
categories. Sorry, the slide after that and the after. Yes, this one. Right.
next one, right? Where bedroom.
Right. So for example, when you mention baths and kitchens, sanitary ware is medium. Why medium? You understand we have pipes and fittings, right? As a category in HIL. One of our businesses is plastic pipes and fitting, which is a large plumbing solution, which goes with your sanitary and faucet ware. Clear, right? And examples are enough and more, right? You have players like Prince, you have players like several others in where and all who are into both segments, right? Strong. So yeah, I don't really understand why we have a strong synergy with bedroom and seating furniture or home textiles and mattresses for that matter.
Yeah, sure.
And by LED lamps, CFL, light strips, we are talking about, right? You understand we also have anything in a previous slide if you want to go back. And the one before that. I think where you mentioned the one before that, sorry. First slide, right? The first slide.
The first slide.
You see, we have an Orient Electric.
Yes.
Right? We are already into the lighting space. So why is that the mix in itself?
Sure.
So I'm just trying to fathom how we've selected those categories and your reasoning of why high synergy, low synergy, and so on and so forth.
Sure. First, I would like to take this up. So basically, what our thought process went was like the brand wants to expand Parador as a brand. So basically, the Parador is a premium offering which caters to home interior market. So as in which it is primarily offering wood-based solutions. So whenever a person thinks of interior design, they start associating these wooden floorings, wall ceilings as their primary factors, as compared to lightnings and bathroom wear.
No, guys, you talked about modular bedrooms and so on.
Yes,
if you want to go into the market, how many beds, what percentage of beds do you really see now being wooden beds? Or at least in terms of maybe the structure is wood, but how many beds do we really see? Or wardrobes being
wooden finish,
fully wooden or wooden finish?
Yeah.
I would like to add up on this. Sure. So when we consider synergy here, we will go around like different layers. First, it will be the HIL, then it will be the Parador, and then it boils down to our product. That is the main thing, that is the wooden flooring. So at different levels, we'll be having a different synergy, and the priority will be mostly on the wooden flooring part. So when you visualize a room and when you're selling a customer the experience of a living room, the whatever the fittings and the pipings will be coming under like something which are not visible to them directly. They'll be done in the interiors or somewhere around. And already HIL have a brand. I mean, a different brand is considering the pipings and the fittings one. So thereafter, we'll be thinking of this. And when it comes to the modular
Have you
side,
looked at it? Sorry, guys, I know we are on time. Have you looked at Asian Paints as an example or a case study?
right? Yes.
Yes.
You have, right? Can you tell us the category that Asian Paint is present in?
Now it started with a painting paints company, but
Right.
thereafter it has shifted to complete indoor. And now moreover, it's selling an experience and it's a service company now. Because paints has been not been that increasing in the prices when compared to the
So what are
service.
the
So they have
categories?
moved to it.
So they have categories as diverse as wooden flooring, to wall panels, to wallpaper, chandeliers, and so on and so forth, right?
Yes.
So they're talking about in home and interior space, which is far removed from Asian Paints as a paint category. Paints, Asian Paints as a paint is a premium offering, right? So that is what is defined then. They're looking at distribution, right? When I come and paint my house, I'm looking at redoing my house and doing several things with my house, not just my bedroom paint, right? So my bit is to understand why we have limited our home and interiors bit to just wooden base and feel.
Are considered as other category and it's highly been competitive in that space. And Asian paints and budget paints, these are highly established, which is very hard to penetrate. But what we have at the leverage is the premium wooden flooring of Parador. So based on that, we would like to build upon something. So when
Tell
we
me
think about
how.
Parador,
Yeah. So tell me this other bit, right? You've spoken about these 3 or 4 categories which appear super premium. In fact, not just premium but super premium. We're talking about a lot of modularity, a lot of smart built into some of these products, right? What are the kind of margins are we looking at for these products in terms of percentage margin?
around 6 to 8%.
I'm sorry, what?
Around the gross margins would be around, considering the COGS, it might be around 50%. But when it's going to the distributor cut and the retailer's cut, it might boil down to around less than 10% only.
Okay. And what will be the scalability of these products? Are these mass products? In the sense, how many units will I be able to sell for each of these products?
So based on our marketing
Considering
expenses,
the Indian market, I understand it's premium and luxury and super luxury maybe, but what is the kind of sale that I'm looking at?
else we are expecting around like you sell around 8,400 bundles. That would be enough to break even whatever the additional expenses we are doing as marketing.
Okay.
So around 10,000 bundles will be a good target just to get the break even, and thereafter we can consider about the profit.
In the bundle that we have created on the last slide, right, we have said wardrobe as whatever 1 lakh rupee per unit wardrobe, right?
Yes.
I would just like to, I don't know, you must have visited a lot of newly built homes. How many freestanding wardrobes do we see nowadays? Ki, hey, this is my home. I will just go and put a wardrobe in there. Right? Wardrobes are something that are actually created while the apartment is being built. That space is already allocated. Now, if I am gonna go to these people, now you want to create this entire minimalistic space and this design conscious space, you go and plonk a big wardrobe in the middle of nowhere where it's not really making sense, and that's something that's not really being done. I don't know. I mean, I think it was only being done 20 years ago when Godrej had steel almiras. Beyond that, we have kind of gone away from that concept entirely. Right. So I think considering that that's your first pick, okay, hey, we want to do wardrobes. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense, to be honest, because
like we all as we already said, it's while we enter the market, we will start with wall panels as our first product, because we already have our existing synergies. We will create some bundling offering to sell with Parados premium floorings. Then we will move on to wardrobes. wardrobes, as in say we already mentioned, we need to partner with different interior designers to sell this product at the construction of the homes. That will be the primary driver of our even the interior home interior market. And yeah, we see that as a problem, and that's why Asian Paints is also into services to drive their products, push their products.
Yeah, but you understand, right? Like when I am a consumer, I'm gonna go. I'm like, why I would be attracted to Parador is Parador's wooden flooring. What stage of construction I go and actually purchase flooring in, right? My civil work, my walls, all of my wardrobe structures would already be in place, right? And then my last step would be, ki, hey, let me go and pick a flooring for my space. And okay, so flooring and paneling I'll do together. That makes some sense to me. But flooring and like installation of flooring or picking a flooring and getting or deciding on what wardrobe, what size, or what style of wardrobe I want. I think these are at two different stages of the buying sort of construction phase, right? That's kind of what I'm trying to point out.
Also, I think one important factor is that are we talking about new home construction versus a renovation? Yeah, and the size of the pie in that setup, is it one individual house owner deciding it, or is it a big builder who is deciding it for like a multi-family setup in an apartment and doing flooring for let's say 100 units? So those are the two fulcrums on which the bundling choices on which you should offer would start differing. That's the and hence these options might come out to be the same or different depending on these choices or these setups.
So guys, you used the right framework. I will appreciate, I think you guys have used the right framework on how you will assess opportunities and adjacencies. You have to look at market size, you have to look at profitability, you have to look at relevance in terms of product choices and synergy. So that's been good. I think in terms of scalability, I'm not necessarily seeing how scalable these could be or how differentiated these could be. But otherwise, I think it's we understand the thought process on why you've chosen what you've chosen. And it's a fair way to look at it because yes, Parador is known for wood and wood-based flooring. So what resonates with the Parador customer is the quality of the wood and the quality of the finish and the quality of the click mechanism. I think some of those nuances is what you've rightfully brought into your conversations there. So I think that's well done.
Yeah, thank you for that. I just want to add one more point here. The wardrobes, as a suggestion, we drove it from our primary research with the consumers. Actually, what we did was floating out a survey for identifying right product would not be feasible because our target customer are not them. So luckily we were at different places, like we were in Tier 1 cities. So we reached out to our neighboring homes in the city, and then we found out that they would also like to match their wardrobes because like from where we come, like we see wardrobes are also one of the important factor in
No, which is fair. And I guess you have the right insight. You have the right insight. In fact, saying that people are now looking for minimalistic and matching patterns. So they want their wardrobes to match their floors and their floors to match the walls and so on and so forth. So that's well taken.
Yeah, I think could have broadened it in the sense of, hey, it could be a freestanding wardrobe, but it could also be just panels which are sitting on top of my existing wardrobe, right? Like,
yeah, that
exactly, right? So, like wall panels, wardrobe panels, or bed panels, right? Because all of it is just the internal construction of it does not really matter if I go and put the most expensive wood. Again, you get my point, right? So,
yes,
I think so that's kind of the point I'm trying to drive. But yeah, I think cognizant of time, Ankitesh, we'll move on. I think.
Yes, fair enough.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, too.
Thanks for the
Thank you,
presentation.
everyone.
And you can close your presentation view. And quickly moving on to the next one, which is our final presentation from Culture Vultures, and they are from Mica. Would request you to just briefly introduce yourself and directly jump into the presentation mode, please. If you are there already, yes. If you are saying something, we are unable to hear you. Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay. Are we audible as well?
Yeah. Now you're
Are we audible? Yeah. Okay. So imagine walking into a room where the walls aren't just walls, they tell stories. They echo emotions, narrate histories, and reflect the ethos of the space. This is the vision of our design boards, where functionality meets art and storytelling becomes tangible. So, before we dive into the vision, let's step back and look at where we are today. Can we go on the next slide, Ayush? The fiber cement board industry is growing at a 4.41 CAGR. What are the key trends that we observed? First, rising disposable incomes, urbanization, demand for premium products are the key growth drivers here. But where's the catch? The market is saturated with products that all look and feel the same way. The industry lacks innovation in design and fails to cater to new generation of consumers who crave personalization and sustainability. Competitors like Everest and Ramco focus on durability. James Hardy and Nichiha offer some design-oriented solutions abroad. But in the Indian segment, India's premium market remains untapped. And this is where the opportunity lies waiting to be claimed. Next slide. So, how did we do it? We employed a structured and insight-driven methodology to delve deeper into this space. We had an architect on board. We had 100 plus hours of consumer research, 35 plus in-depth reviews, 5 focus group discussion, 75 plus surveys. We went through every article that we saw. Then we understood that what are we designing for? Who are we designing for? The key segments include aesthetic seekers, eco-conscious innovators, commercial designers. All of them feel frustrated by the lack of choice that merge design with durability. Then, using gap analysis, we pinpointed the disconnect between existing products and the market demands. The problem is not just about functionality, it's about identity. Fiber cement boards today are seen as commodities, functional but lacking character. The result, a white space where walls transform from utility to statement pieces. So we asked ourselves, what if we could do more? What if walls could do more? What if they could elevate spaces and become a reflection of me? But how?
Next slide, please. So we needed to uncover what's next. To do that, we first had to understand how this space has evolved over time, how it was, how it is, and how it could be. We use semiotic analysis and the RDE framework to map the product's evolution into 3 defining stages: residual, dominant, and emergent. This wasn't guesswork. To understand these shifts, we conducted exhaustive research. Using topic modeling, we analyzed the themes shaping the consumer's desire today. We uncovered 6 critical design drivers: pleasure, storytelling, personalization, minimalism, maximalism, relatability, and self-expression. Positioning HIL designer boards as the ultimate transformation of walls from mere backdrops to captivating centerpieces that enrich a room's character seamlessly blend functionality with aesthetics and reflect a lifestyle of inspiration and individuality is the goal. But vision alone isn't enough. We wanted to make sure that the execution is perfect. Here's how we plan to bring our design boards to life. So we had already identified the 6 design drivers. Now next we wanted to prepare a list of categories that potentially fulfill these needs. Our in-depth interviews with architects, designers, and environmental psychologists helped us identify these categories: fine art, playful, contemporary, pop culture, and theme spaces. Next, we mapped these categories to the factors through our consumer surveys. This was done by asking the consumer what emotions do they feel evoked when they look at a modern art or a theme space or contemporary art. If the responses crossed a certain threshold, we marked that category as a fulfilling need. We then gave these categories a score based on how many needs they fulfilled. Taking this step further, we conducted concept testing with mock-ups of designer boards tailored for our affluent target group. This process helped us drive an affinity score measuring how closely each category resonated with the target group. By combining the performance score and we arrive performance score and the affinity score, we arrived at a complete performance ranking, giving us a clear view of top performing design categories. The results were definitive. We identified three key themes for affluent consumers: contemporary art, emotional link boards, and theme boards. These themes form the foundation of our strategy, reflecting a perfect balance between functionality, emotional resonance, and lifestyle driven design. Next slide, please.
Yeah. So once we were done with our product strategy, we had to make different pricing models because our product offerings were sufficiently different from each other. The first one we went for was non-themed boards, which were our contemporary boards and our emotion link boards. For our non-themed boards, we did some competitor benchmarking. We went over Shera boards, we went over Birla Aerocon boards. We also checked out Everest Fiber boards. And we saw the price per board coming to around 36 or 40 rupees for the non-premium segment and around 55 to 60 for our premium segment. Since our offerings are going into an untapped market, we will be charging on the higher end of this range, which will be around 70 to 80 rupees per square foot for our emotion and contemporary boards. For our themed boards, however, we had a different approach. We went for custom solutions. When it comes to custom solutions, we wanted to add a little bit of customer experience. We wanted to add personalization choices for the customer, and we also wanted to have additional optional services like consultation with architects to help design their space. For this, we first rolled out on our website project details. The customers will input their basic details. They'll input the kind of walls they want. They'll input the dimensions of the walls, the linear base footage, the type of walls, the type of corners they would like, mount openings or open openings, recessed openings, whether there's a material transition between the two. We take all these details and we generate a bill of materials based on this workflow. Once we have the bill of materials, we add in our consultation fees, we add in our service charges, and we provide custom theme board solutions. The reason we went for these different options is because when it comes to custom theme boards, they don't have as much modularity as the non-themed boards because we are designing a whole space for them. We're designing an environment, and that's what we're selling. So we shift from a product to a service for this specific reason. It also allows us to use premium pricing strategies, and we increase the perceived value for the customers using this. Next, we had our placement. So for this, we identified primary markets, secondary markets, and tertiary markets. Primary markets are the markets we want to target first, and this will be the major chunk of our, this is where the major chunk of our TG lies. Our KPI for success for this would be around 90% coverage after 1 year, and we would like around a 30% year-on-year revenue growth. Primary markets that we observed were Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and obviously metro cities, Bangalore, Maharashtra, NCR. Secondary markets and tertiary markets come after that. We have Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh in secondary. And the tertiary regions are the rural areas within the states where not much of our TG lies, but is still an untapped market.
So coming on to the promotion plan, what we did was we divided it into phases. We understood that it is very important to capture attention. How will we do that? This is through digital integrations via AR, AVR propositions. So can we play the video, Ayush? So creating AR, VR experiences positions HIL as vibrant, interactive spaces tailored for young, tech-savvy audiences, blending sleek design with immersive AR, VR experiences. The second part of it is building interest. How we'll create interest in the minds of the consumers is through experiential zones. These zones allow consumers to explore the latest innovations, virtual walkthroughs, and personalized product trials. Then after creating interest in them, we want a positive emotional response. How do we do that? So through a silent maze or gamification, within HIL experience stores for an immersive product discovery experience so that the design boards are our hero product. After that, we just do not want to have them buy it, but also use word of mouth and also make a community out of it, that if anyone asks them about how designer boards should be placed, the only name that should come in their mind should be HIL. So creating innovative retail experiences, how will we do that? By giving a DIY option to every stakeholder. It is not just the consumer who decides for them, but also the different stakeholders, the architects. Next slide.
So India's diversity is its soul, right? And our designs should honor that. So we introduce a limited edition pilot activation that is super region specific. So when we go to north, we see like a Mughal inspired motifs and sandstone structures for urban luxury homes. When we go to south, we pick up coastal elements in inspired temple inspired designs, etc. When we go to east, we include a little bit of bamboo and tribal art textures for eco-friendly aesthetics. And when we move west, we incorporate vibrant Rajasthani designs for boutique hotels and heritage spaces. By rooting our designs in culture, we connect deeply with our customers while celebrating India's heritage. Next slide, please.
Ayush, can you please
Yes, you're on mute.
When it comes to the implementation timeline, we divide it into 3 phases. The first phase starts with R&D. We have around 3 months of R&D and 2.5 months of supplier selection. The second phase then goes into the pilot launch phase, prior to which we'll have production and marketing campaign design. The pilot launch will take around 3 months as well. After that, we have the third phase, which is the full market launch. So based on the results from the first few phases, we'll go for the full market launch. The full market launch will also take around 9 months. And based on this, we will have the full market launch will take 3 months, and the whole process will take 1 year in total. So this is our 1 year implementation timeline. One second. Yeah.
So we wanted to imagine how the future for these designer boards would look like at HIL. So we use the futuring cone to sort of predict what would happen. So right now, preferred future right now is fully customizable and sustainable multi-sensory living experiences. Moving on, if it was a plausible future, we're looking at hyper-localized climate acclimatizing designer boards. And a probable future would be the one where AR/VR capabilities or IoT-enabled functionalities exist within the boards. And eventually, a possible future would be a holographic or a self-cleaning technology integrated designer board. The future is limited only via imagination, and I think at HIL, we want to be committed to leading this evolution.
So let us leave you guys. Walls are not the corners, but the centerpieces. Together, let's build a future where every wall tells a story and every story inspires a connection. Thank you.
Thank you, team. Really, it's open for questions.
Guys, can we just go back a few slides? I still want to understand how did you arrive at the themes of what you want to do, right? Let's go back.
The emotional, contemporary
performance scores, and I think that is so. One, I want to understand a little bit more about what you did in terms of your affinity scores and your performance scores, and how I'm assuming this is what led to you selecting the kind of designs and mood boards that you're talking about, right? So can you just run us through a quick half a minute bit, like not more than that? I'm conscious of time.
Yes, sir. Is the dashboard visible?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we wanted to have a product design be data backed and be based on consumer insights. For this, we did a lot of primary research, and we got each of these categories.
Primary research, you did primary research with who, if I may understand?
So we spoke to 20 architects. I'm an architect myself, so I had that at it was very readily available. And apart from that, we spoke to 10 interior designers. And apart from that, we spoke to 5 realty developers. So we wanted to understand, because the stakeholders right now were our clients, right? So these are our clients, and our end consumer would be very different. Ayush, can you take it up again?
Yeah. So just to build on this, if we go through the categories is what comes from trends about design and planning. This is where our knowledge from architects, from interior planners, designers came from. And the categories were given by those. So in-depth interviews and surveys floated out to architects is where we got these categories. The needs fulfilled is through conversations about, this is consumer conversations. And this is through topic modeling, which was done on Python. We explored articles, we explored conversations around what enhances a living space. So these were all the needs that people talked about when it comes to enhancement of living spaces. They want the living space to either provide pleasure or have storytelling aspects, have a moment of self-expression, be relatable, be minimalist or maximalist. So once we had these needs and we had these categories through different sources, we had to map them. For mapping them, what we did was, when we gave our consumer surveys, and when I say consumer now, I'm talking about affluent homeowners or office space owners or restaurant owners. When it comes to those, they said that when we asked them, okay, does fine art fulfill this need of yours? When we show them a board, they said yes. We marked that response, and if that response crossed a certain threshold of our respondents, we marked yes. Otherwise, we marked no.
Sure.
So we
So
mapped.
I get the first table.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the affinity.
So once we were done with this, we went through the affinity scores. When it comes to affinity, we visualized all of our boards. For example, all these categories we see, we had fine art boards, we had playful art boards, we had contemporary boards and pop culture related boards. We again showed these boards and asked them, do you like this board? Or how do you feel about this board? If they were neutral.
When you said you showed them these boards, you did a mock-up. What did you do?
We did a mock-up.
Yeah. It was visualization mock-ups.
Can you show us a few mock-ups of what you did with?
Yeah. So some of these, for example, are here.
So what
you
is a
see
fine
these.
art, for example? Where do I see a fine art? What does a fine art here mean?
So on the slide, we don't have the fine art boards, but
What
fine
is
art
a
would be.
Okay, what is a playful?
So playful boards are, for example, Vishima, you want to take?
Okay. So when we talk about the concept test, so what we checked, we checked both validity and relatability. So when we showed them a candy board or a chocolate bar board, this is something that they only considered playful. So when we were talking to the consumers, we also realized that these are the boards that they are getting used to. They like the concept of it. Therefore, so first the category segmentation from the architects, then understanding what does the consumer actually want by showing them these pictures. So these pictures, for us, it was for us and the consumers, they stated that the candy picture or the cafe part of it should be playful, and therefore these were the top designs that came while we were selecting.
So my second bit is, how do I relate this? Whatever. So you've said out of this, you've identified 3 categories, right? Contemporary, emotional, and themed.
Right.
Themed, sorry. And which one did you say was personalized?
So
I'm a little confused about, are these the themes? Are these the mood boards or the concepts that we're talking about? Because at some point in time, we were talking about personalization. And at one point in time, we were also talking about the various regions having a certain theme. So I'm a little confused about this slide and the personalization slide and the slide that talks about region-based themes.
Okay, so I'll take this up. So first, we understood that there is a need of first personalization. Second, how do we enable personalization? A consumer might not know about us. So for the promotion part of it, so when we talked about pricing, we had 2 different models. A non-themed board where they can select from the categories that we have made in the form of concepts. Second is they can have a personalized board. So a board that defines me. There are 2
So
different
personalized board cuts through contemporary pop culture and themed is what you're saying?
No, actually, yeah, they might cut it. There is a possibility. So I might resonate with the playful characteristic of it, but someone might like the fine art part of it, right? So the personal, we enable them to choose. But if they have a special requirement, so if I'm a
No, all
person,
I'm saying, sorry, I'm cutting it. I'm saying through this analysis, which is the performance score and the affinity to the TG, what was the final recommendation that you came up with? You're saying contemporary, modern, contemporary, emotional, and theme-based boards are the boards that we should go after, right?
Yes.
So these are the themes, and some of these themes are represented in your snapshots on the right, right?
Yes.
After this, there's a slide where you talk about in North, I should have Mughal architecture, and in the South, I should have temple-based themes. Where do these fit into this three-bit framework? Is I'm trying to understand. So this is
These are not contemporary in any way, right?
this is not is this. So I'm saying you identified three themes or whatever three mood boards for a board, right? Where does this cut of your boards lie?
so when we talk about promotion, so we did not have a basic idea. So when we say there are different needs for now, north, south, east, west, what we wanted was when we are talking about promotion strategy, we want our strategy to be looked after as a hero product in this industry. We are talking about the future. So how do we build awareness? It is therefore in the first line itself we mentioned
How
that
does it tie in? So I'm just how does this tie in with your themes, right? You might be promoting a temple theme, a temple design, which might be far removed from those three bits. You said we need to have whatever contemporary themed and whatever you call it, right?
Yes, sir.
How does
If I may take
those
this
are your
question.
themes? Those are your themes design
Yes, sir.
design with themes or whatever be, right?
So
This is big.
this is meant to be a limited edition activation. So this is a one-time event, which will basically introduce our consumers to new possibilities that can be tested with our designer boards. So this is just to showcase the potential of what designer boards can actually be like. And this will transition into our three
Okay,
themes.
understood. Let's get to the place bit once.
Yeah.
I want to understand. I know you've sorry the place. How I know you've spoken about some of this. My bit is to understand how did you one choose on the geographies of interest. Secondly, is you're largely talking about the areas that you would target and so on. But how will you, who will be your end consumers, who will be your consumers, who will be your influencers, how will you target them? What is that you will do to, I know you've spoken about some of that in the later part where you're talking about gamification and so on, but what this tells me is the placement strategy in terms of geographies, but not necessarily in terms of the distribution channel. That is something that I'm more interested in, right? Because it can't flow through the normal. And I'm assuming these are all FCD panels, designer boards. Are these wood-based or are these cement boards still? Sorry, I see you nodding your head. In the Indian context, a nod of the head could mean a yes or a no. So you'll have to be a little bit more
This
explicit.
cement boards itself, but like with texture on them because we introduced that whole part where we want it to be an
Sure.
experience.
Understood. So I guess that answers the question. I'm trying to understand, like I said, besides just the geographical footprint, a placement strategy is more about how do you connect, engage, and sell to the channel. I don't get that here too much.
Like you're saying, this will do key stockists, right? He will create 100 stockists. Do you think this is the kind of product which will sell through stockists? Hey, we create 100 stockists, they will create their own channels and then they will sell it.
So one, I understand you talk about 50 plus manufacturing partners. So I'm assuming you're saying this will need to be outsourced, right? Is what you're saying? Right? And the reason why you believe it to be outsourced, because we have a manufacturing facility, right? And in your time plan, you've given a certain 2 months, 3 months for R&D and manufacturing. R&D, I understand, but you've also said about some manufacturing within. So I'm just trying to understand the rationale. I know you have it there in terms of suppliers, manufacturing partners, and so on and so forth, and R&D centers, 3. But you understand, we already have an R&D center. We have a manufacturing plant or multiple manufacturing plants. I understand what the key suppliers. So I'm just trying to understand why this and why the numbers, what they are.
So coming on to that, so when we were thinking about the future possibility, we were not considering that. So if we are talking about R&D centers, they might not be doing the exact thing that we positioned ourselves as. So when we say that we are positioning ourselves as a leader in the premium segment, when we were seeing the design boards, they were very different. And when we talk about stockist, yeah, I understand that the stockist is not only the stakeholder that we're targeting. We are all so when we're talking about the primary research that we did, we considered the opinions of key stakeholders, be it architects, realtors, all the people who make that decision.
Who you believe are the key decision makers in this bit, right? Who are the people that you will need to engage with to sell?
I think our architects, realtors, interior designers, and in fact, to some extent, anybody who is an advocate for these products is going to be our key client. But in terms of a consumption, our consumption is going to be done by affluent homeowners, restaurant owners, anybody who looks at executing or making of an experiential space. Those are our consumers. So our the reason why we're creating it is to sort of address their need, but it's going to be advocated by
Sure.
the other
Okay, we just go to the first slide, and I'll just make the same comment that I made in one of the earlier presentations was. I think you have a 20 billion market size.
I was about to say the same thing, 21 billion.
Right? It's the previous presentation we had a 5.5 billion, 5.1 billion market size. This we have.
But I assume this is global.
So
this is global. Okay, so I think while we are in this slide, guys, you mentioned our competitors. Although James Hardy and Niche are not really our competitors, I assume you are aware that they are probably the leading global players in the fiber cement board market, right? Have you looked at what fiber cement boards they're making? Can you tell me what the primary usage of the fiber cement boards they make is?
So when we did benchmarking, so you see the second table, we have mapped like Everest Industries, their USPs, pre-finished premium planks emulating natural wood aesthetics.
I don't want to hear about their positioning. What is it used for? What is the usage of these fiber cement boards that James Hardy is making, that Nichiha is making, and that Everest and whatever the other players in India are making?
You end up essentially using them to sort of layer on a wall or create a partition in some space. Sometimes as an exterior as well, because these are fiber cement boards, so you can use them outside. So when all of that happens, I think we were trying to move away from it being just a functional bit to positioning them as something which would highlight the wall instead of just being
So I completely sympathize with that. That story is slightly flipped. External cladding is the primary usage of fiber cement boards, right? James Hardy and Nichiha, the primary usage, I would say probably 90% of their fiber cement boards are used in external siding. The reason it works there is because of its robustness, right? That is the case. If you see their fiber cement boards, they have a plain wood finish or a stone finish or something to that effect. What I would like to understand, and all the AI generated images are great, is the kind of designs that we have showcased here, are they rooted in any reality? Is there any player out there currently manufacturing fiber cement boards with this level of design complexity? Is there any example that we have seen ki, hey, this player is doing it, so we should also be able to do it? Like from a design perspective, I understand it's great that the consumer wants this, but is there any global player right now out there who's able to deliver something like this? Because I honestly, personally have not seen anybody who's able to deliver such intricate, complex designs on fiber cement boards.
I think that is the vision.
Go on.
So when we talk about storytelling, so exactly, if there is an untapped need, the consumers say it, the stakeholders say it, so why not tap into it?
Got it. So you might want to expand that 3-month R&D period to like 3 years or 5 years or something to that effect, because the production technology in this is not going to be easy. Cool. I think that was my primary question on the external versus internal piece. Varun, anything
I
from
think
your?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah, I think we're good. Ankitesh?
Yeah, I'm also good. Thank you so much for the presentation, team. Maybe you can close your presentation, please. I believe with this presentation, we have completed our all 5 presentation, and we are glad to hear so many ideas and such passionate discussions as well. With this, we conclude our presentation stage. I would still, like to congratulate all of you for reaching this particular level and displaying your ideas and innovative ideas, and for us to ponder over. Winners will be announced later on to our social media or our social media partner. So that works out. Meanwhile, once we come back with discuss with juries and come back with the final 2 winners, stay tuned, and thank you so much for being part of this.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks a lot, guys.
We are definitely richer post the conversation, having understood your ideas, your thought processes. All of the presentations were very good, very enriching, very insightful. But as they say, winner can be won. So all the best to all of you in whatever you do. I know your finals and your campus placements are soon upon you. So we've gone through that grind now 15, 20 years back. So we understand the pressure that you guys face through. So all the best, and hope that maybe 1, 2, or 3 of you we see here at HIL or at CK Birla Group. See, bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ankitesh, do we stay here or
We
how do
can
we do
stay
it?
here for 5, 10
Thank you,
minutes.
guys.
Meanwhile, we can close the feed and thank everyone for this. Teams can drop off the call.